Welcome to part 2 of 3 in this Galaxy A57 tips and tricks series. In part 1, I showed you how to unlock max performance. Here in part 2, if you stick around, by the end of this video, you'll understand how to customize your phone like a pro. And trust me, it is easier than you think. Now let's get into some customization tips on your A57 that might make new iPhone 17e owners pull this face. So let's start with the customization of the quick panel. So if you bring down the quick panel, top right corner, hit the pen here, you can actually resize and reorganize this entire area. So if you want the Wi-Fi button to be a bit smaller, just grab it by the line there and drag it inwards. Just drag the Bluetooth one inwards as well and put it over here. And if you want to, you can expand this quick settings area to be much bigger. And here's a little customization trick that not everybody knows about. If you delete the volume and the brightness slider from here and then go to add at the bottom and then re-add them, it will add them to the bottom here, and you can actually drag this inwards and down so it becomes vertical. We'll do the same with the volume slider into the long shape like that and bring it up. And there we go, we got our volume and brightness slider in the vertical format instead of horizontal like everybody else. Okay, here's a quick setting that you absolutely need to know about. If you ever get stuck with bad signal and maybe you're on a Wi-Fi, let's say at a hotel abroad or something, this will be extremely useful to you. So bring down the quick settings, hit the pen here, hit the add control at the bottom. Right near the top, you should see Wi-Fi calling. Tap this and add it as one of your easy access quick settings. With this active, whenever you have bad signal, you can make phone calls from your own phone number as usual over Wi-Fi instead. Now the Galaxy A57 has a fantastic display and it's a big screen. So I personally do this. This is entirely optional, but you might want to know about this. So if you hold your finger down on an empty part of the screen and go to settings here, this jumps you to your home screen settings where you can change the size of the home screen grid. So I actually like to have 5x6. This gives me more room per page. So now you can have 5 docked apps and 5 apps per row. Yes, the app icons do get a little bit smaller, but if you want to increase them back to the original size when you had less icons per page, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So once again, on your home screen, hold your finger down on an empty space and go to settings. Right here at the top, you'll see this slider. If you want the apps to be larger, you can just slide this to the right and that increases the size of the apps. Now, something else you might want to do, especially if you're very familiar with all of the app icons, is this. Hold your finger down on the home screen, go to the home screen settings again, and then switch off show app labels on home screen. This cleans up the home screen a lot. I'm personally very familiar with all the app icons. I don't need the text underneath to tell me what they are. And if you feel the same, then definitely switch off the labels. Okay, here's an organizational tip. So if you're the type of person who likes to create app folders, I think you'll appreciate this. So let's just drag this into a space like this. If you hold your finger down on a folder, you can enlarge it and make it bigger, of course. And if you hold your finger down on it again and go to settings, you can even color code that folder. So let's say all of the Google apps, I want that folder to be green, and we can adjust the transparency here. And if the green isn't quite right, you can just go to the little swatches here and choose the specific color that you want. And do keep in mind, they don't need to be big in order to recolor them. You can have them in the small format as well. Now here's another little color coding tip. See the little faint line here on the edge of the screen? That's your edge panel handlebar. You can actually restyle this to contrast nicely with your wallpaper. To do this, just slide out the edge panel real quick and you'll see the settings down here. Tap on that before it disappears. Here you'll see the handle menu. Tap on this and this is where you can customize the color. So let's make it purple. Actually, let's make it a bit more of a bright purple, something like this. And we can change the transparency. So if you want it to be faint or bold, you can do that. You can also change the size of the handle and you can adjust the width as well. If you want it to be less visible, keep it thin, and there we go. And you've got these little arrows here to adjust the exact position. I do recommend you keep it higher up the screen because when you're swiping between pages, you don't want to be accidentally hitting that handlebar. Now, I do realize that the first thing you probably will do with your phone is customize the wallpaper. So I might as well show you how to do that. It is very easy to do. If you hold your finger down on an empty part of the screen, go to Wallpaper and Style at the bottom. Here you can go to Change Wallpaper, and that will change both of these at the same time. So I'll just do that real quick. At the top, you'll see all of the featured wallpapers. I do like this dynamic one. It actually adjusts its color throughout the day. You have various other options below as well. If you want a wallpaper carousel, you can do that where it changes the wallpaper for you. But if you want one from your photo gallery, this is where you'll find it here. So I'm just going to go to the downloaded ones and choose the Master Yoda one. This will apply that wallpaper to both of the screens. And if you just want to use it on one of them, you can untick one of the ones down here. And if you're happy with it, you can just hit done. Now here's the next step. Once you've found the wallpaper that you want to use, you can actually customize it on both of the screens independently. So here's how you can do that. Hold your finger down, empty part of the screen again, Wallpaper and Style again. This time I'm just going to tap on the home screen wallpaper. If you hit the suggest button, the phone will suggest various layouts for this wallpaper. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not so much.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah, this time not so much. So I'm not going to use these. So I'm going to hit back and then go to Effect. Now here's a bit of advice for your home screen wallpaper. You don't want it to kind of distract you from the apps or wash any of the apps into the background so they're harder to see. So I like to add the blur effect. That just softens the wallpaper and makes the app stand out a bit more. But there are other options here, for example, grayscale, color, where you can adjust the color of that wallpaper behind and still keep some of the image visible. And you can even change opacity here as well. There's also the dark mode, which is very cool sometimes. And again, you can add a little bit of a tint to that if you want to. So definitely have a little play around with the different effects that you can add to your wallpaper. But like I said before, my favorite by far is just the general blur. Once you're happy, hit apply. Now let's do the next step, which is to go back and go to the lock screen. This is where things start to get interesting because you can do a lot of customization here. If you hit effect again, you can do the same thing. You can add these filters. But check this out. If you resize the image, I'm going to make it about that big. I'm going to tap the clock here and choose this one. This is the only clock that can adapt to its surroundings. So I'm going to hit style to make it a bit bigger that way. And as you can see, it's kind of shaped around Master Yoda's head. This works best if you have a picture with a person in it. It can separate the foreground from the background. And if you want to, whilst you're here, you can activate the weather at the top of this clock. I think this is the best one by far, in my opinion. A couple of other things you might want to look at on your lock screen is this. When you tap on the lock screen, you can add various widgets just underneath the time, and you can also remap these shortcuts here at the bottom if you want as well. And there you go, you've customized your home and lock screens. Here is another customization tweak to add a bit more color to your home screen. See the Google search bar? This is the box standard search bar in dark mode. It will be lighter in light mode, but you can actually take full control over how it looks by doing this. Hold your finger down on the Google search bar, go to settings, and this jumps straight into the customization settings for the search bar. So you can go to custom here. We can choose a specific color, let's say green, for example. We can change the transparency of that search bar so the image actually shows through it. And actually, I want to go blue. Let's go blue. And then if you scroll down, you can go to add shortcut. The two most useful ones here, in my opinion, are song search and the AI mode, but you can only have one. So if you tap it, it will add it onto that search bar. Once you're happy with your customization, you can go back and then straight away that change takes effect. You might have to play around with this a little bit to get the color scheme right for your phone. This doesn't look quite right to me. And something else you need to know is you can adjust the size of the search bar. It doesn't need to be right across the screen like that. You can shorten it, but it will restrict the amount of shortcuts that can be shown. Okay, let me show you one little customization tweak that I have recently started to use all the time on my Samsung phone. So if you bring down the settings and then go to modes and routines right here, you will find some recommended routines that you can set up. Sleep is a very good one because we all need to sleep sometimes. What you can do is hit the setup, go through the setup guide and customize this however you want. I'm just going to go minimum distractions and get started. I'm going to set my sleep time and you can choose the days at the bottom. There's various other things you can do. You can even change the alarm background. Once you've done that, you can scroll down and choose a different wallpaper for when you're in this mode. So let's go with the original purple, which is quite nice. Now that this is set up, you'll know whenever you're in this mode because the wallpapers will change on your device. But here's the little customization tweak. On your home screen now, if you go to an empty space and go to widgets at the bottom, you can then go to the modes and routines widgets over here and choose the sleep widget and add it to your home screen, making it much more accessible, and you can just toggle this on and off whenever you want. Now what I do is set up a bunch of different routines and modes for various occasions, and I have them all stacked on top of each other right here, so I can slide between these buttons on the home screen. Now if you want to do the same, you just hold your finger down on that widget and go to create stack, and then you can add more widgets on top of that one. Of course, you need to create those modes and routines first before you can do this. And just so you can see how it would look once it's set up, right here I've got all these different ones for various scenarios. And if you want to learn how I did those exact ones, check out my Galaxy S26 customization guide. Okay, so you've made it to the end of part 2 in this 3-part series. In part 1, I showed you all the ways you can unlock your phone's full potential. And part 3 is a simple walkthrough of all the security features and settings that most people miss during the initial setup process. So if you did rush to set up your phone on day 1, you definitely need to see this one. And there's also a few hidden features in that one that only a few people know about, and you can watch that right now, right here.
Nice.